Hello, it's Miss Rakowski. Obviously. I hope you guys are doing well today. It is March 30th, Monday, our very first day of virtual school, and I could not be more excited. I brought with me our Wonders Precept book so we could keep on going with that. Today's precept says, life is about using the whole box of crayons. Interesting. Something to think about. For our very first read aloud, I chose a book called All the Places to Love. This has been in my library in my classroom for so many years, I can't even count, so some of you may have even read it already. But it's a really sweet book about all the places to love in the world. And I just wanted to start us off with something positive and sweet. So I hope you enjoy it. All the Places to Love. On the day I was born, my grandmother wrapped me in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep. She held me up in the window so that what I first heard was the wind. What I first saw were all the places to love. The valley, the river falling down over rocks, the hilltop where the blueberries grew. My grandfather was painting the barn, and when he saw me, he cried. He carved my name, E-L-I, Eli, on the rafter beside his name, and my grandmother's name, and the names of my papa and mama. Mama carried me on her shoulders before I could walk through the meadows and the hay fields. The cows watched us and the sheep scattered. The dogs ran ahead looking back with sly smiles. When the grass was high, only their tails showed. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is soil so sweet, he said. Once Papa and I lay down in the field holding hands and the birds surrounded us. Raucous black crackles, redwings, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket. I did too. My grandmother loved the river best of all the places to love. That sound like a whisper, she said, gathering in pools where trout flashed like jewels in the sunlight. Grandmother sailed little bark boats downriver to me with messages. I love you, Eli, one said. We jumped from rock to rock across the river where the woods began, where bunchberry grew under the pine needle path and the trillium bloomed. Under the beach was a soft, rounded bed where a deer had slept. The bed was warm where I touched it. When spring rains came and the meadow turned to marsh, cattails stood like guards and killdeers called. Ducks nested by marsh marigolds, and the old turtle, his shell all worn, no matter how slow, still surprised me. Little turtle. Sometimes we climbed the place Mama loved best, with our blueberry buckets and a chair for my grandmother, to the blueberry barren where no trees grew, the sky an arm's length away, where marsh hawks skimmed over the land, and bears came to eat fruit, and wild turkeys left footprints for us to find, like messages. Where else, said my mama, can I see the sun rise on one side and the sun set on the other? My grandfather's barn is sweet smelling and dark and cool. Leather harnesses hang like paintings against old wood, and hay dust floats like gold in the air. Grandfather once lived in the city, and he once lived by the sea, but the barn is the place he loves most. Where else, he says, can the soft sound of cows chewing make all the difference in the world? You cow. Today we wait, him sitting on a wooden slat chair and me on the hay. Until much later, my grandmother holds up a small bundle in the open window, wrapped in a blanket made from the wool of her sheep, and my grandfather cries. Must be another baby. Together we carved the name Sylvie on the rafter. Beside the names of grandfather, grandmother, my mama, my papa, and me, my sister is born. Someday I might live in the city, someday I might live by the sea, but soon I will carry Sylvie on my shoulders through the fields. I will send her messages downriver in small boats, and I will watch her at the top of the hill, trying to touch the sky. I will show her my favorite place, the marsh, where ducklings follow their mother like tiny tumbles of leaves. So today I want you guys to think about all the places that you love and all the things in your life that bring you joy, and where they come from. And think about the people you love and the places they love too. What's your mom's favorite spot, or where's your grandma like to go? And just ponder on those things for a little bit today.